You are welcome to Drive Cool Professionals, an automobile air condition clinic in Abuja here. Just this video is to show you how to avoid guesswork where you have an issue of a car blowing hot air. This vehicle has just been brought to the garage this morning, and the complaint is that the AC is blowing warm air. So looking at the gauges, you can't just predict exactly, because this is not fixed displacement compressors. The one that is normally known as manual compressor in our local dialect. Assuming this car is equipped with such compressor, the manual type, then looking at the gauges, you can be able to say that the compressor is bad. But when it comes to variable displacement compressors, the one that is known as automatic compressors, it is quite different, because they don't have a magnetic clutch. They only use what is called squash plate to, when the rotary vane is moving, it's turning the squash plate, and it produces the compression. So the dynamics is quite different from that of fixed displacement compressors. We will be delighted that you look at these videos. Now, we want to be sure that this system's problem is actually compressor or other electrical faults or other AC components. So for us to do this, that is why we have our manifold gauge fixed properly. As you can see, they are about the same. They are about the same. The pressure is about the same. Then, for us to get access to the compressor and take control of it from the vehicle ECM, we have to disconnect the system and apply it to this device to be able to ascertain if the compressor is working or not. And to do that, we have made our inquiries. You can see varieties of connectors in this box for every vehicle that exists with such compressors. So you will have to make your research to be able to know which of the connectors is for each vehicle, which we have already done, and we have the one for this vehicle at hand. Okay, so getting this, then we are good to go. We have to find our way to the vehicle's compressor, which you can see that from here it is a bit difficult to see. It is a very difficult task to have access to from here, so we have to go under to get access to it. In order to gain access, we have to go low. Okay, so just before we go under to gain access to the compressor itself, and also the harness from the ECU, I just want to show you how the connection will look like. We have male and female connector. As we can see, this female goes to the compressor itself, while the male goes to the vehicle's harness in order to gain access to the ECU. This is exactly what we will put together now before we will take them down to engage them properly to their positions. So when it is connected this way, we are set to go. on completing the process down there, then this one will be fixed together, just this way. All right, so now the whole process is set. We have done the various connections, as you can see. The manifold gauges, they are all in place. So now what is remaining is that the vehicle should be started. So we will put on the vehicle now, and also put on this device. As you can see, it is now on and on normal mode. So let's start the car and find out what the device will show us. Yes, you can hear the vehicle is now on and running. We can as well look at our electrical control. It's giving us 81.5%. That this is at normal mode. The highest that is supposed to produce is 85, but this is a very good percentage. That's supposed to make everything fine at 81. So with this mode, we can guess that there is something wrong, because everything is supposed to be working like this. But because it is electronical, we have gained control to that compressor. We will switch to the manual mode in order to control it ourselves. We want to be in control of the compressor. You can see the AC is on. The AC is on. Look at the manifold gauge. Though the AC is on, this can tell you that there is a fault in the system. For us to be sure that this is not from the ECU or any electrical fault, that this is a compressor fault, then we will begin to engage. We will begin to engage it manually. As we progress, you can see we are trying to engage. By engaging this percentage manually, we will see whether the manifold gauges will be changing. So we continue to engage. We can see we have continued to engage. We can see now we have engaged up to 51%, and mind you, the highest we can go is 84. That's the highest a vehicle can produce. So even as we continue to engage, everything still remains abnormal. As we can see, everything still remains abnormal, showing there is a fault, and it is not moving again. Now we are at 80, we are even at 82, and yet this is the manifold gauge. The manifold gauge is showing us that the compressor is not actually working. So what this means, if we drop the voltage as we are dropping, and look at the manifold gauges to see whether they will return back to their original shape. Yes, you can see them returning. You can see them returning. So with this device, as we now increase, assuming the compressor is in order, everything will be working normally here. The manifold gauge will show us a perfect AC system working. So with this analysis, this is how we can be sure 100% that the compressor on this BMW 750i 2011 it's not actually working. So we'll be very safe to change the compressor, and everything will be alright on this vehicle. So this is the way you can avoid wasting your money buying compressor unnecessarily when it is not the fault, or touching other places of the vehicle when it is not necessary. We hope that with this equipment we will get your vehicle and any vehicle. This is just one of the equipment that makes drive school professionals a safe place to bring your vehicles, a very ideal place to have your vehicles air conditions fixed with accurate speed and unnecessary wastages. We guarantee that most of the works we do here, if not all the works, are devoid of gazing. So that is why we go extra mile in providing most of this, though they are expensive, but they help us in making sure that we serve our customers better. And we are looking forward to seeing you after seeing this video. If you have any challenge with your air condition, you now have a place to get everything sorted out. Thank you until we come with another video next time. Thank you for watching. Thank you so much.